everyone. This is Kristin Anderson, your current president for NCRA for 2023 through 2024. Let's start off. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am now in my 8th year of service on the NCRA Board of Directors, but the journey began a long time before that. I served on the Kansas Court Reporters Association board as its treasurer, secretary, vice president, and president for 2 terms, finishing up that about 2010-ish. Also, during that time, I got acquainted with NCRA, the National Congress for State Associations, and I served as my state delegate for that group, and then became a member of the governing committee, and then eventually served 2 years as the vice chair and 2 years as the chair of the NCRA committee. So I've served on other committees as well, and it has been quite a long journey to get here where I am, and I am very appreciative to finally be in this role as your president, and want to make sure that I serve you, the members, to the very best of my ability, because I'm here because I believe the stenographic method is the best method, and we are here to promote it and protect it. Steno Matters is going to be a series to inform and inspire you, the Steno community, and that means our NCRA members. So we're going to recap and start the series with 2 speeches that were delivered at the annual convention in Houston this past July. Dave is going to speak to us on a topic that is very passionate for him personally, as he's spoken to many audiences in the past regarding this, and it's a dear message that he received from his father.
So thank you for coming to Houston. It's great to be back in person and seeing all of you. If you've been to convention in the past, you might have heard me say this before. One of my guiding principles has always been something my dad taught me, and it's very simple. My dad used to say to me, "Leave it better than you found it." That saying can be applied to all aspects of one's life: your home, a campsite, your relationship, your job, your industry, your association, and yes, even Mother Earth. Leave it better than you found it also means that you have a responsibility and that you are accountable. Accountability, now that is a heavy word. You're accountable for your actions, your reactions, and even your inactions. Accountability is a measuring stick of a person's character. If you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. Over the past 5 years, NCRA's board and our staff have been keeping its word to our association and members. We've been able to turn around a financial situation of deficit spending. We got out of a horrible lease that will save NCRA money to be allocated to more critical areas of service for our members. Leave it better than you found it. We have completed an in-depth strategic plan and are working on a diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility plan as well. While all of this is great, we still face threats from many outside forces and even some internal ones, as you know. I'm preaching to the choir here because you folks are here today. Candidly, this message needs to go out to all of our colleagues who are not here and those that love to throw stones and tear down our own. That, I think, is one of the biggest threats that we have. We are a small profession, and as past President Christine Phipps used to say, teamwork makes the dream work. So remind your colleagues when they go negative that they too can be part of the solution. So please put down the stone, pick up a hammer, and help us build the future and a path forward, as past President Max Curry always used to say. As a younger man, I thought it was my job to save the world. That's where the Dave F. Wenhold comes in. You can put the F wherever you want it. Just call me DFW. Now I have the wisdom to just keep it simple. and that is to save my tribe. A tribe is described as a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by a social, economic, religious, blood ties with a common culture and a common dialect. That's what we have. That is who we are. You, this association, and this profession are my tribe. In every tribe, there are opportunities and challenges, but it's up to the individuals to make the team work. It's important to note that much of the work that is done is out of the limelight. This is truly where success of the tribe comes in. Behind me, you're going to see images of the people, of the board and staff that make up this organization that run it all for you. You may not know their names or see them often, but each one of these people handling the day-to-day logistics of making NCRA work and trying to leave NCRA better than they found it. It's literally their jobs to take care of the tribe. Think of the tribe in this way. Every person in this profession is part of a pit crew for a NASCAR team, or an offensive lineman or linewoman for a football team. Each person in the association has an important role to play. Whether it's the tire crew, the gas guy, the guy that's in charge of the lug nuts, every single person is accountable for the success or failure of the whole body. Every single one of us is accountable. There'll be times that we don't get it right all the time. That's because we're human. But in those moments, we need to give each other a little grace because we are in this tribe together. As past President Debbie Dibble says, assume best intent first. I know we have people out there that think NCRA is built out of some big conspiracy or an organization that is this or that or not this or that, but that's simply not true. Every one of these people you see get up in the morning and get to work for you. So assume best intent first. There's no secret star chamber, no agenda. It's just a bunch of caring people doing their very best to maintain what we have, preserve the past, and plan for the future for all of our members. But the survival of this industry is more than just NCRA. It is back to that every person has a role to play in the success or failure of this profession. Past President Jason Matters said recently, a couple of years ago, that is best stated that if we have a leaky boat, everybody needs to grab a bucket. And that is one of the things that I think one of your best speeches, Jason, or presentations, was about that because it really struck home. We all need to grab a bucket. Our tribe has been around for a long time and has a bright future, but only if we can all work together and try to just leave it a little better than we found it. So I challenge you to do that. I thank you for being here. Have a great rest of the conference, and great to see everybody again.
There was some great reception there to Dave's message. It always really hits home. And having the pictures running in the background of not only the board of directors, but staff, and seeing staff doing some things outside of work that they enjoy, it gives you that personal touch to know how every one of us leaves a mark on whatever we work on, and hopefully leaving it better than you found it. So a very interesting point that Dave made was, ask not what your association can do for you, but what you can do for your association. And that, I think, can mark a lot on how we end up serving in our profession or whatever activities that we're passionate about, whether it's serving on your church or your HOA association, or if you're a horseback rider, maybe your local Hunter Jumpers Association, just to give examples, or if you're a motorcycle group, maybe you have a group that you like to ride motorcycles with or play ice hockey. There's just so many things that we do, but it's so important to give back to your profession. And leaving it better than you found it is a special message to me. I would share it with you this way. Dave tells you that his father is the one who inspired that for him. And I would tell you that my dad inspired me in the same way. My father passed away unexpectedly in 2004, and I had some extra time on my hands, and my great mentor and friend, Sharon Cahill from Kansas, she said, well, why don't you get involved with serving the Kansas Court Reporters Association board? And so I hope that I've done well when I think about that, leaving things better than I found it. And I know a lot of us like to think that, but it's something. My dad was involved in volunteer service for both the township committee, church council, and it just inspired me to give something back to my profession as well. So definitely an important motto to live by is leaving it better than you found it. So next up, we're going to have my speech here. And the theme that was for convention this year, when I was in contact with staff about what would you like the theme of convention to be, I had to really think about it, because you want something to be impactful and meaningful for everyone and not just some kind of catchphrase that's good for the time. And when I really thought about it, and many of you may or may not know, is while I have been a court reporter during my 23 years, I pursued my bachelor's degree in management and human relations. And then when COVID happened while I was on the board, I found myself at a little slower pace and thought, oh, I can go back and finish my master's degree. And I did get my master's degree and graduated last December with distinction in organizational leadership. So I had to think about my journey through organizational leadership and the impact that you want your message to have. And it's make every connection matter. And this is something that is not only important, as I discuss, in life. For example, we all have connections from our personal lives, our heritage, our culture and environment, but we also have them in our professional lives through our colleagues. And so there's so many ways, and some of these connections are intertwined. And it's important to keep your inner compass balanced about what is good and what is right in the world. I've always tried to reset and refocus, because when you're serving, it's never about you. It's about the better good of the profession or whatever you're volunteering your time on is better good for the community, society in general. And when you keep the focus on that, I think the benefits of it are a lot more rewarding. I was hoping from this message to try to set a tone for the year that would bring camaraderie among the members. So I want to compare my leadership that I see for the year ahead compared to three that I really value a lot. And so Sue Terry became the president in about, 2019? And it was a very difficult time, a restructuring of sorts for NCRA. But Sue Terry is an authentic leader. So she was truly authentic, and people trust Sue Terry. And so that was her leadership style. Then you had Max Curry, who is a servant leader, and he is just like that as a person, and he will reach out and speak to anyone. He's a servant leader. He's going to answer all your questions, and he's really going to put himself, go above and beyond to make things right. And then you have Christine Phipps, who, and from Max to Christine, you had something called COVID happen. And she was a visionary leader. Not only is she a successful business person, but she is a visionary and she gets things done and is very organized and very fluid about following through. So she was a visionary to see the end goal of where we needed to be and how to get there. So those are all great leadership styles out in the world that I would share that I wrote many a paper on as I went through the process of my journey to get my degree. But then my leadership style is transformational. And what is that? That is a leader that wants to encourage and inspire and motivate members to perform and be creative, to bring about meaningful change. And the result is an engaged body that is empowered and innovative and can help shape the organization's future. So in short, my goal is to inspire a shared vision and enable others to act. Because my time here as your leader is brief, and it's about all of us working together. So you have to enable those to act. And that includes not only the board and volunteers, but we just, once again, going back to Dave, you want to leave it better than you found it.
You probably don't realize this, and we didn't until about 6 months ago. This is the first time in almost 50 years that all 3 members of a class will have ascended to the NCRA presidency.
In 2016, the 3 of us came together as strangers with a common love of our profession and wanting to give back to a career that had been so good to us. We connected through this common love because after all, connections do matter. And we served united and had each other's back, so much so that even though our board service has ended, we promised to stand by and support Kristin, to offer counsel when asked, or to be a shoulder to cry on when the burdens of the presidency are just too heavy. I think I'm going to need these.
Yes, we joined this board as strangers, but our shared journey has led to a respect of one another professionally and a lasting, deep friendship. Friendships like ours are rare and are a treasure to be kept close to the heart. The 3 of us have become like family.
Kristin, we wanted to offer some advice upon taking up the mantle of the NCRA presidency.
Number 1, always lead with the integrity we've seen you demonstrate over the years of our service together.
2, respect and value the opinions of your board members and encourage their participation in the process. Everyone's voice and perspective is important.
3, set a positive tone for your board from the start, and through your presidency, strive to maintain it.
4, trust your team and allow them to trust in you and your leadership. We know you know it, but teamwork is everything.
5, lead compassionately, but always boldly.
6, always have the utmost respect for our staff and value their opinions as well. And the last 2 pieces of advice are directed to the entire board.
7, in the past, there was a perception of NCRA members of the board being unapproachable. It's part of your job to extend a hand of friendship and camaraderie, to be approachable and connect with members when and where you can, hearing their concerns and issues, and allowing them to see that you are each reporters and captioners and dedicated members of NCRA yourself.
Always remember that you each have the privilege to serve the interests and welfare of our members and our profession as a whole, putting your own interests and egos last.
Kristin, I want to remind you what was said to me at our very first NCRA board meeting in D.C. in 2016, and also what my response was. It was phrased to me at the meeting what I needed to do and how to act to make friends on the NCRA board. My response was, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make a difference. If I make friends along the way, then that's just a bonus.
We look back and see all that's been accomplished in the last 7 years and realize that together we have made a huge difference and got the bonus prize of our deep shared friendship among the three of us, as well as countless other board members along the way that have become dear friends as well.
Kristin, always remember, your job as NCRA President is to make a difference and hopefully make a few friends along the way too.
We both believe in you and support you in the difficult job you're about to undertake.
We both are so very proud of how you have grown as a leader and flourished over the years and our board service together.
We love you, and we are putting good vibes out into the universe for your year to be a success, because your success is NCRA and our industry's success too.
Remember our motto and live by it each day of your service as president. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Our best wishes to you, our dear friend, on a successful year ahead.
Kristin,
we now declare you duly installed as the 2023-2024 President of the National Court Reporters Association.
Thank you. Greetings, fellow stenographers, students, teachers, legal videographers, legal professionals, staff, my dear friends and family, and everyone else here who supports the stenographic profession. Welcome to the great state of Texas and our largest city of Houston. And I have to mention, the home of the reigning Major League Baseball World Series champions, the Astros. By now, you probably realize our staple fragrances are, by day, our HEB brand SPF 70 or greater, and by evening, bug repellent spray. If you haven't picked up these two items by now, trust me, these will be unbelievably valuable, tangible connections to make this week if you are venturing outside the conference center. It is also my distinct pleasure to welcome each of you back to Texas after 16 years. NCRA was last here for its annual convention in 2007 at the Grapevine Gaylord located in the DFW area. Ironically, that was my very first convention for NCRA I had ever attended, and I have not missed one ever since then. Make every connection matter. This is not only the theme you're going to see this week, but something I hope that is very impactful for you both personally and professionally in the year ahead. First, let us discuss connections as vital foundations in our lives, the things that keep us grounded. We are connected by those in our lives either by blood, culture, or circumstance, meaning we have connections through our family heritages, nationality, and race. These social and emotional connections matter because during our formative years, we develop our values and our moral codes. These include the individuals you can confide in and who understand you. Just like a skyscraper must have a firm foundation to withstand Mother Nature, we too must be firmly grounded to face all the challenges in our own lives. Some of us have survived great adversity from our personal circumstances, possibly even serious health issues, but here you are today. Think about all the connections that give you your strength, courage, and perseverance to overcome misfortune, to get through to the other side. Likely there are personal connections in your life that made a difference for you at that time, whether it was family members, mentors, or friends, or all of these people. Always remember where you came from and how it got you to where you are today. As I scan this audience before me, some of those incredibly special people are here for me today. My family, my friends, my members, my tribe. Some of them are not here or have passed. However, the power of their presence and the positive impact of all of these connections mold you who you are into this world. Reach out to these individuals and check on them and let them know what they mean to you. Time is so precious because in the end, we never have enough of it. Every connection matters, but the strongest of these will improve your physical health, increase your mental and emotional well-being, your confidence, and your self-esteem. Strong connections allow you to have life satisfaction, happiness, provide better coping skills in stressful situations, like testing, and allow greater sense of purpose and belonging. With that said, always be available for face-to-face interaction. In today's digital world, it is easy to rely on text messages and email and social media to stay connected with our colleagues, friends, and family members. Do not underestimate the essential benefits of face-to-face interactions for maintaining strong personal connections. Be available for quick meetups for coffee, walking your Labradors, or even happy hour. Professional connections are people you know through work or your trade activities. These connections can be helpful in networking and advancing your career. So stay involved with your state and national associations and attend their industry events. This allows you to connect and network with individuals face-to-face who share your trade and your values. These will advance your professional career and your skills, all while you're promoting our timeless profession. Meaningful professional connections allow you to learn and grow from not only the guidance you receive from others, but it is also personally rewarding to see your support and encouragement benefiting your connections as well. Remember to be an active listener when you're interacting with others by being present and truly listening to what they are saying. Showing genuine interest in another person is a key component of a strong connection. So, put away your phone, make eye contact, and ask questions to show engagement in your conversations. Again, whether it's a simple thank you for a random act of kindness or a more heartfelt expression of gratitude, taking the time to show appreciation will go a long way in strengthening your connections. Always remember to be yourself. It is important to be genuine in your intentions with others to offer assistance and support. One of the best ways to nurture your connections is to be there and support others when it's needed, and it will solidify your bond. We have intellectual connections, are people you share ideas with and challenge your thinking. These could be people you debate with, people you learn from, or people that inspire you. And some of them are probably here with you today. Creative connections are people you collaborate with creatively. These could be people with whom you enjoy presenting seminars, as many of you are going to do throughout the weekend. The world is becoming increasingly interconnected, and it is important to have a diverse network of connections to thrive in society. Diverse connections will provide a broader range of perspectives. Being exposed to one way of thinking promotes complacency, but by seeking out diverse connections, you will become more open-minded and understanding. You will even learn new things. If you seek out and connect with individuals who are like you, you will not learn new things and information. If you diversify your connections, you will have the opportunity to learn new topics and gain new skills, thus becoming more innovative. If you want to be truly innovative, surround yourself with people who have different backgrounds and perspectives. By hearing different points of view, you will be able to produce more creative solutions to problems and be better prepared for the future. Again, making connections is important for your mental and emotional health. It can help you feel more connected to the world and less alone. So do not be afraid to reach out and make real connections every day. In a planet full of connections, the tangible ones of modern day, including electricity, internet, and television, which we use to stay connected to society, they can hinder the true value of personal connections, human connections, which can get lost with too much technology involved. We can relate a lot of that burden on COVID when our universe shut down and was dependent on working technology. Mental health can be very fragile to address, so please check on your people. Be there for them, help them, and never underestimate, again, the value of personal and face-to-face connections. Every connection truly matters, and having outlets is essential. Whether it is working off stress at the gym each day, riding a motorcycle, meditation, horseback riding, make time to reset for those intrapersonal connections for your long-term health and well-being. So how else do connections matter? We have passions which include our professional and personal interests that all make us unique and able to leave our footprint on society. Being a stenographer is a distinctive skill set to have. Those of us that are seasoned in our industry, take a moment, think back to when you were a student. I can often remember it like it was yesterday. Sometimes attorneys take me back there as I hold on for dear life to keep up with the 300 plus words a minute, which used to be heated interchanges, but now seems more like the status quo. How do we make it through the good days and the bad days? We have mentors and friends, and we celebrate and we sometimes commiserate together. We are all human. Do not underestimate the value of having connections to learn from in our industry and with whom we can share our abilities and experiences. We are all stronger together. Make these connections matter. I can tell you, if the method did not matter, if Steno did not matter, I do not think many of you would be sitting in this room today. I surely would not be standing before you. So encourage one another, respect one another. In a world full of so much uncertainty, I will remind you in all of your dealings to think before you speak and ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Our work is difficult, and it is important to lift one another up and not tear one another down. Our army of Steno advocates is small but mighty. We achieve more working together to promote and protect it. This also means stepping outside your comfort zones and having hard discussions with decision makers, stakeholders, and the public. Make a connection with legislators and administrators. Share with them the limitations of other methodologies for record making, including the privacy and chain of custody concerns. If you need more information on how to better equip yourselves for discussing these issues, contact your leadership. I want to hear from you. I'm inviting you to email me at my personal email address, and I will advance your interests and concerns to the board of directors so they can be addressed. In a world that is often increasingly focused on me, it is easy to forget that we are all interconnected. We are all in this together, and what we do affects those around us for better or for worse. That is why it is important to give back. When we help others, we are not only making their lives better, but we are also making the world a better place. And that benefits all of us. And giving back does not have to be some grand gesture. It can be something as simple as lending a listening ear to a student stuck at a certain speed in need of encouragement, or volunteering to serve on a committee or advocate for your profession. It is the little things that matter, and they all add up. When we give back, we create connections. We connect with others in a way that is deeper and more meaningful than just superficial small talk. We connect with our shared humanity and stenographic community, and we realize that we are all in this together. Giving back to your profession also helps us to develop a sense of gratitude. We start to see the good in our lives, and the random acts of kindness and compassion make the world a better place. The state bug of Texas is the monarch butterfly, ironically. And a butterfly symbolizes transformation, beauty, rebirth, hope, freedom, endurance, and love. Some essential parts of the NCRA strategic plan are to increase public awareness to drive support for the profession, incentivize professional development, strengthen and expand the professional community, increase recruitment of our new talent, and insulate against marketplace infiltration of deceptive practices and inferior methodologies. We still have a lot of work to do to achieve the goals set out in our strategic plan. By utilizing these traits of transformation, hope, endurance, and love for our timeless profession, we can and we will accomplish them every step of the way. Volunteer and share your talents and knowledge to give back and make meaningful connections that will last a lifetime. No matter what happens in this life, we always have an opportunity to refocus, reset, and change our course for the positive. In Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and his powerful lessons in personal change, remember to be proactive and take initiatives. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Think win-win. Think first to understand, then be understood. Synergize and sharpen for balanced renewal. So, in being a Steno advocate, be like the monarch butterfly. Be transformational and enduring, and go out in this world and make every connection matter. Thank you.
I hope that the message I leave with you is seek first to understand, then be understood. I found already in this short time, by the time this message has been published, that I have been doing a lot of listening to a lot of members' concern. And that's what makes you knowledgeable, and that's what makes you effective as a leader. And making every connection matter in all our dealings in life. I know it can be difficult and we have lots of challenges, but when you go to write things or say things, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? I reiterate some of those things because they're so important. But making every connection matter is about being transformational. As I mentioned, like the monarch butterfly is rebirth, and we always can renew. We're going to have times we struggle and fall back. Mental health is so important. You have to refocus and reset and be transformational, as I talked about before. Inspire and motivate and empower others. That's about being transformational. I mean, think about being a caterpillar in a cocoon and becoming a beautiful butterfly. We're all going to get there, right down to students. It's like you're in that cocoon right now, but you're going to be transformational and you're going to get to the other side. You're going to pass your tests and you're going to be out there working in this amazing profession that I have been so fortunate to have such a wonderful career in, that has been able to change with me all along the steps of the way. I've done official, freelance, federal official, back to state official. It's something, it's been quite a journey that I've enjoyed very much. I've also had an opportunity, as this fall has started off, to jump on some of the calls with the volunteers and thanking them, reminding them that all the connections they make matter on the committees that you serve with. These people you're probably making friends and connections that will last throughout your lifetime, throughout your career. And these are all important because we need different kinds of connections every day. So, as I did in my speech, I encourage you to submit questions, comments regarding Steno Matters, what you'd like to hear about, at president@ncra.org. And so with that, thank you for tuning in for our very first episode of the Steno Matters podcast, and go out and make every connection matter. Thank you. Don't forget to renew your NCRA membership early as well. One lucky winner could make an appearance on Steno Matters if they renew before December 31st, 2023.